create the human, we're going to start by using the mirror modifier on this cube. Make sure the cube is selected. Choose mirror. In edit mode, while the cube is still selected, you're going to pull on the arrow in some direction. So that's not going to work. We're going to undo and rotate and pull in the other direction. What happened was, because I was facing that direction, it was the x-axis. It's up to you where you're at on your thing. Just make sure that it's one way or the other. But we're going to undo this real quick because we don't want that separation in the middle. We're going to turn on clipping. Clipping does this. See? It kind of keeps it so that it doesn't come apart. So we're going to keep clipping on for now. Personally, I work on the right side, so I'm going to rotate around. Choose the face, the top face only, and press E for extrude. I'm going to extrude it up a little bit. Click, extrude again, why not? And one more time. This time we're going to scale it in. So S for scale after you click. We're going to E again and scale again. All right. Down below, what we're going to do is we're going to move this piece out to make it look like feet. But guess what? Or I'm sorry, legs. But it's glued in there. Remember, we have the clipping on. So let's turn the clipping off temporarily. Separate the two just a little bit, and turn clipping back on so we don't have that problem later on. E for extrude. Come down. I would scale that down a little bit. Maybe whoops. Don't cross those. E for extrude again. Maybe scale it, maybe a little bit. Yep. And then E one more time, like that. This time I'm going to choose the front face. I'm going to extrude that out. Maybe scale the tips down a little bit like that, and then extrude again, and one more time, maybe like that. Oops. Undo. I think I didn't quite. There we go. So you get the idea. For arms, same. We're going to extrude this out. Maybe scale it down. Extrude it out again with an E, and scale that down. You can start to rotate if you want. Actually, no. Let's keep it straight out for now. We're gonna move them all later. And one more time, let's extrude this out, scale it down, such like that. All right. So for the head, what we're gonna choose is object mode, and we're going to add. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to show you this part. So back to edit mode. Sorry. We're gonna do one more modifier here. We're gonna go to modifier, and we're gonna say subdivision surface, and this number here, the viewpoint is 1 and the render is 2. Let's match those two so that when we render it, it'll be the same. So I'm going to keep that at 2 as well. If you can do 3 if you want, but you want these two to match. Don't go higher than 3. This is all fine and dandy. We can still work with this, right? Even though it's got this subdivision on it, but we can't really dig in and like make detail. So what you have to do there is, when you're ready, you're going to go object mode, and you're going to apply that subdivision. The problem is this separation, because I started you off with one cube that we separated. It's kind of a pain. So you're going to go edit mode. Make sure A is selected for all, and push that back together like that. You have this little crease to deal with. So what I would do is I would hold shift, select these surfaces real quick, and rotate those like that, and maybe move them out like that. So you gotta kind of repair that crease a little bit. You can do that, anywhere you need to, and then you can add detail, right? You can work on redesigning this side here. Maybe you rotate this down. Maybe you scale it down. Maybe you rotate this part. Try to make hands. Okay, something like that. And maybe extrude different parts to denote like a belt, right? So a belt would look like something like this, maybe. I would go probably all the way around and select these right here, and maybe I would extrude scale it maybe just a little bit, give them like hips, And actually the belt would probably go here actually. So I'll go like this, you know, all the way around. And then I would probably extrude just a little bit. See? Space belt. And if I wanted to make like a belt buckle of sorts, maybe I'll scale that up. You know, Power Ranger, I don't know. Alright, so... Alright. Alright, now in object mode you can start to see the formation of your character. So there you go. For the head, we're going to do something a little different. You're going to add, in object mode, you're going to add your mesh. You have a choice. You can do a UV sphere, okay, and we'll subdivide it and work on it. Or you can do the same with the mesh, which is the monkey head. So consider either one. Let's rotate that thing around. So let's go rotate, rotate, rotate. There we go. So get the monkey head. Put you down there, kind of where you want it. Maybe scale it up a little bit. Whoops. Scale it up a little bit. Move it back. Move it down. All right. So let's say you start with that to go. And in edit mode, we're going to do the mirror. This time, though, we're going to do like we did with the spaceship years ago. Is we're going to choose wireframe and select half of the monkey. So let's see if we can make sure we're looking down the middle, and we're going to select half the monkey, so like that. And we're going to do delete on the keyboard, or del, and we're going to delete faces. Okay, not the other ones. Faces, please. There we go. See, we have half a monkey head. We can get out of that mode again and look at it and go, all right, there's half the monkey head. We add the mirror back, so we're going to go mirror, 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 mirror. There does it go? And in my case, it was X. It might be Y for you, but be careful, right? Because Y would do that. See, Y would do that. We don't want that. We want the one that makes the monkey head whole again. At this point, you can start to tweak different parts of the monkey to kind of customize it to try to make it look like a head, right? So push some parts in, maybe select this, let's use wireframe for this. Select, oops, undo. Let's select this ear, right? So it's all selected. And then, you know, push it in a little bit. Maybe push it forward and maybe rotate it back. I don't know. Just figure out how you would want to do it. Maybe you delete the ear, I don't know. And then up top here, we might, you know, right-click subdivide, so you make like more surfaces to work with, and start to, you know, form this head a little bit, however you need to. So right-click subdivide, right? So right-click subdivide whenever you can, and just kind of, you know, work some of that area. Push it down, pull it up, you know, whatever it is. And coloring, right? So let's say I wanted to color this head here. So let's go higher in our render, so we have more, so we can work with colors. So I'm going to go down to the material and go new, and I'm going to start with, you know, a base color. So I'm going to pick like you know, I don't know, like a gray or something like that. And then what I need to do in edit mode, now we're still in edit mode, is I'm going to select, hold shift select the different details that I want to color. And where it says material 1 here, I'm going to go plus, new, and I'm going to choose a black, all right, and then assign. And that's how you start to color things. So I'm going to do the same to this ear here. I'm going to select these points right here, right? And I'm going to pick a new color. I'm going to go new, and this one will say, oh, we'll make it pink, all right? And then I'm going to say assign. And that, my friends, works on both sides. Further down, we're going to want to label these things, because we're going to have a lot of colors and we'll get confused, and we can select from this future list. For example, if I go back to the object mode, select the body, I can come down to, and then edit mode, I can come down to this here belt, right? And I can hold shift, select, you know, all these parts here, all the way around, and I can choose, oops, that does the whole body, I'm sorry. So actually, let's start with gray, and I'm going to go plus, okay, one more, and this one will be, we're going to choose from, oh geez, I just did, see what happened there? I changed the color of those eyes. Okay, let's not do that. Let's minus this. Sorry, minus this. I can't minus this. All right. This will be a black. Let's make this a black. Let's call it black. All right, and then assign. So we get the black belt. So I got to go back to the eyes because I goofed it. So let's go back to the eyes. Edit mode. And select those eyes again. Hold shift. And I'm going to go, that's this color right here, I believe. And I'm going to say, no, I can't take it out. So I'm going to go plus, choose the black, assign. There we go. Back in business. All right. So there you go. You're going to tweak and make and change and modify, get some shoes on there, you know, kind of have some fun with this, this here character. Make it yours. Obviously, make it less like a monkey as much as possible. One more trick is the C on your keyboard, so that you can select multiple stuff. So you can select and middle mouse wheel deselect. To get out of that mode, you use escape on the keyboard. Okay, so once you make your selection or deselect, you can make the selection bigger, smaller. You hit escape. You can rotate around. And continue on the back. Right, you continue on the back. But you have to hit escape in order to do that. Okay, you see, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing that multi-select. But in order to move around, I have to escape. There we go. And I'm going to scale that down. See what happens there. Ooh, look at that. Put that together. So this one's a much smaller head. All right. It's not looking so bad. And got to work on the face. Got to work on the front end. Okay. You can do the same with the sphere, right? Cut it in half, just like I did with the monkey, and kind of mold out a face or a head with that. Okay. Stay tuned for some sculpting later on, but for now, let's get this, you know, clothed and you know, tweak out the arms, make it look cool, have fun with it.